let's give this a read through. Yeah. Grandmaster of Murder, shape-shifting trickster, chosen of the absolute, kidnapper of Gale. Okay, that one we can let slide. Orin of the Red is a pretty bloody track record, but if Minthara has taught us anything, it's that Baldur's Gate 3 fans can look past the murky red stains and mounting piles of corpses when it comes to romance. One look at the game's subreddit and you'll find an equally tall mountain of posts asking for developer Lorien Studios to let us please romance mommy Orin. It shouldn't come as a shock, really, as much people rag on Gortash for looking like ooze emo still clinging on, looking like ooze emo still clinging on to the glory days. No shade, but that's me. No shade, that's me as well. He has a fair share of thirsty fans. Ketherick, being the gruff granddaddy he is, also has dedicated fans of I can fix him types. It's only fair Orin gets a slice of the pie. One fan, so desperate to romance Orin, went to fairly extreme lengths. They brought a dead Orin to their bedroll at camp and lay next to them while Minthara and Shadowheart watched. Varying character for the dark urge. Still, sure, it's still disturbing. Wait. Can you pick a body up and bring it to the bedroll? Let's see. Well, that's a little gruesome. Let's romance Orin. Moas posted, simple and to the point, let us, but how would it work? She's not exactly a companion, doesn't hang out at camps. Getting messages saying I'm live on YouTube. Doesn't hang out at camps and stands directly in the way of our victory. Still, fans desperate for the option have their ideas. Romance, no, Legendary Polo said. A night of passion that ends with a series of skill checks and saving throws to not get shanked? Yes. Others are ready to admit that a romance with Orin would undoubtedly mean death, but hey, they're fine with that. You can always save scum your way back to life. Plenty of people even use that method to try it on with the Mind Flayer. Fans have been asking to romance Orin for months. Some want an update to add the option, others are willing to fork out for dedicated DLC. It probably won't happen, but why snuff out the dream? It certainly would fit a more villainous playthrough, though something tells me no matter how evil you are, it won't change the outcome. But there was one hiccup that fans pointed out a while ago. I can't stop thinking about how bad Orin would smell. Kiss my butt, Funny Butt said. Most of the balls really just consistently covered in congealed dried blood. It smells rancid eventually. I'm studying mortuary science, and the things that happen to the human body after death are stinky. Again, as if that would stop Baldur's Gate 3 fans. Yeah. Why is this marked as a spoiler? Interesting. I can see the developers doing that. Something, at least, for a kind of like a passive way of bringing her down, or at least working through defeating her without actually defeating her. Okay, Swift 5.9 Backtracer. Linux support. Microsoft brings AI logic apps with workflow assistance to public preview. Baldur's Gate 3 has slowdown issues because it keeps thinking about all... What? Because it keeps thinking about all your theft and violence? A very short article, we'll give it a read. Why not? Larian is currently on a victory lap following the breakout success of Baldur's Gate 3. With 7 wins at the recent Golden Joysticks and 8 nominations at the upcoming Game Awards, Larian is set to announce Baldur's Gate 3's long-awaited Xbox release at the award shows on December 7th, and has even started to tease its next big game. Baldur's Gate 3, of course, has been a massive commercial and critical success since its official release on PC in August. IGN gave it 10 out of 10, praising its crunchy tactical RPG combat, a memorable story with complex characters, highly polished cinematic presentation, and a world that always rewards exploration and creativity.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Akeem here, and in today's gaming news, Larian teases its next big game after Baldur's Gate 3. Nintendo showed off several new indie games coming to the Switch, and we know when The Last of Us Season 2 will begin filming. This is your Daily Fix.
Daily Fix. Wow.
Now, fresh off its mega hit game Baldur's Gate 3, developer Larian Studios has teased its next project. Now, in a Twitter post quoting Larian's call for the Game Awards votes, boss Sven Vink said, quote, "Seeing our little niche RPG make such waves is very motivating."
These guys need to make more genres of games. Or no, sorry, they need to make games in different genres of stories. Like, I've never played the Knights of the Old Republic, but I hear it is an excellent series in terms of RPGs. These guys should be given the reins to that. They should be given the reins to the Fallout series. Oh, can you guys imagine if Larian made Fallout? Like the original. Of course, I'm not a turn-based combat person at all, but I love Baldur's Gate 3. And I've seen and I've dabbled a little bit in the older Fallout games, Fallout 1 and 2, which were 2D isometric games. Man, if they made a Fallout Baldur's Gate style game, I'd be all over that. That'd be amazing.
Before going on to talk in vague terms about the studio's next project. Now, Vink wrote, quote, "I wish I could tell you about our next big game, but this is really encouraging us to ensure it pushes many boundaries. I'm very excited about it." Now, that's not much to go on, but Baldur's Gate 3 fans have already started speculating about what's next for Larian. Now, will Baldur's Gate 3 DLC or even an expansion follow? Now, given the huge success of the game, it seems like there would be enough interest to justify such a release. But what about the next big game? Like in July, ahead of Baldur's Gate 3's explosive launch, Vink told IGN, that's us, a sequel to Larian's own Divinity Original Sin series.
I love that. Told IGN, hey, that's us.
Is in the cards, although fans shouldn't hold their breath. Or it may not be in the cards, but it might be. Anyways, Vink explained, quote, "It's our own universe we built, so we're definitely gonna get back there at some point. We will get back there at some point. We'll first finish this one Baldur's Gate 3 now and then take a break because we will need to refresh ourselves creatively also. Now, if Divinity isn't next, perhaps a brand spanking new game set in a completely different universe. Could be. I don't know. Now, Larian has created fantasy RPGs for some time now. Could it branch out into science fiction? Or maybe even try a new genre entirely? Now,
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. If they made a whole new genre of game, man, the world would be over. Like this could be like the new baseline for tactical turn-based RPGs. I've never really played turn-based RPGs in my life. I've done a little bit of it here and there, dabbled. I don't even remember the old games that I play in the arcades where, God, there's this really, really old one. I'm not even gonna go, anyways. But again, I don't like turn-based fighter RPGs. And my brain is too small to manage all the little interactions between, okay, you're this type of character, you're this type of character, you're this type of character. Here's the powers that you have, here's the setup that you have. But Baldur's Gate, I love it. 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 I'm stuck in one spot. I'm stuck fighting up against this big bad guy, and I'm trying to cheese my way through it. I'm trying to actually like beat the bad guy with the characters that I have. But I know that a better D&D player would probably be like, well, if you match this skill with this skill and this character and this build, you could one-shot him. And I'm like, I don't really know that, so.
Next, it'll surely be one of the most anticipated games ever. For now, Baldur's Gate 3 remains one of the hottest games in the world and is still among the most played games on Steam. Now, its long-awaited Xbox version seems imminent. Now, Larian teased this week, quote, "Xbox fans and fans of physical media, watch this space for a formal announcement. It's going to be a busy week."